Hello everyone, I'm Priya Mishra and I welcome you to this week's Immigration Show. First in the show, we'll give you the visa bulletin for August 2011. After that, Mr. Suresh Dalal will answer your questions. As you know, Mr. Dalal is a member of New Jersey Bar and has been practicing in our state for over 30 years. Welcome, Mr. Dalal.
Thank you.
Please give us the visa bulletin.
First I talked about the family category, then I talked the employment category. Unfortunately the movement is not very fast. This first preference is citizen children over 21 has not moved at all. So stop. And F2A category, that is the permanent residents, spouse and children under 21, that has moved about 3 months. That is now 22nd July 2008. F2 category is the permanent resident son or daughter over 21, of course unmarried. It is not moved at all. It's July 1, 2003. F3 category is the married children of citizen. It is moved only 1 week. It's 22nd August 2001. And brother and sister category, unfortunately, is not moving at all. It's stuck now. It's April 2000. Now, let us talk about the employment category. First category is current. Now, the PhD and masters and who has got a labor certification approved on 15th April 2007. That is current. It has moved 1 month. And the other category is the skilled worker category. Is June 1, 2002. It has moved about 1 month. And same is other unskilled category is also moved about 1 month. All other categories are current.
Any news happening in immigration right now?
Nothing much. What is happening in immigration is everything stands still. There is a DREAM Act. And we have discussed in this program every time that some of our girls and boys makes a marriage decision. And I'm telling you in this program every time I repeat this one. In this week, last week I see 2 girls. Same problem. One girl married, there was an advertisement in the newspaper. She married the boy. And when she married that boy, I think a lot of relatives living in New Jersey, I think the parents never consulted them. When she came here, she realized that boy is not good. He has a relation with other person. And you take an example, the Indian girl who are brought up in a conservative family, and the girl came here, and you know what he does? He threw a party in a bar. All the friends were there and they were drinking and all this, and the girl was completely surprised. She has never seen people drinking in their home. They are conservative, they are middle class, they were not, and she was completely surprised. And there was another party at night. They kept in a hotel, in a restaurant, where there was also a bar. And the people were enjoying, they were drinking more and enjoying and all of them. And the girl from India, who had been here, first day she was completely disgusted about this one. The boy has a girlfriend. He goes and gamble and everything. So she realized after 3 months that she made a greatest mistake of marrying this guy. She's not a guy of her kind. He wants a man who, the Indian people are religious people. Goes to temple, nice person, don't drink and all of them. And suddenly you are confronted with a person who is a completely different personality. I don't know what she thought about it. She said, what would my husband would be? And her dream is shattered. If you are marrying a girl from Bombay, probably, and she has been exposed to this type of atmosphere, this works out. But if you go in a rural Gujarat and marry a girl, what would happen? This is a really change. Another girl came here. I don't know why she married that boy. The second, this is in 2 weeks. They married 2 weeks. Oh no, this happened in second, this week. They were married for about roughly more than 1.5 years. The boy came to India. And the girl was from, from not big city, but reasonably big city, like Surat or, not Bombay. She was not that advanced. The boy is not educated. He works in a motel. And well, he's smart. He's become smart. Here, living in this country for 10 years. Girl was doing her MBA, boy was only a high school graduate, and she wanted to study here. So they were separated. She joined them. After 1.5 years, she thought the marriage is not going to work out, and all of them. The whole thing, the boy thinks the girl is not paying a lot of attention. The girl says, I'm studying very hard. I have to pass my examination. I'm not all this thing. And the marriage broke down. Mm-hmm. Right now, all this thing, what happened? There's no problem. This marriage can broke down. But all of these people have a conditional green card. That is creating a biggest problem. So where they don't appreciate when this girl comes here that they are getting a conditional residence which can be terminated in 2 years' time if the marriage are not working out and if they don't have a joint document. And very, very difficult. It becomes a lot of burden on that girl to prove that marriage was bona fide. And it did not work out because not of her own fault. But these problems are cropping up every day. And I'm still warning people that first you get married. You want to come to America. I think they want to come to America. That must be the desire. And they want to see the new world and all this thing. And they have a lot of dreams about America. And when they see the dreams are settled, when they see the boys, they may be, they must be thinking that they must have a house, 2-3 bedroom house, maybe probably a swimming pool in the backyard. And when they come here, they live in an apartment, dirty apartment, all of them, with the parents and all of them. Indian girls are accustomed to live, but the accommodation which maybe have not very poor, and all of them, and all their dreams are settled. So I tell you what.
They have a different image living over there, and when they come here, they're hit with reality.
Yeah. But you know what a question is? I think girls should ask them. Say, please send all your photographs, where you live, how you live, find out what type of place they live, what type of atmosphere they have, what type of life these persons are actually living. You shouldn't rush into this marriage. I don't know why they make it. I don't know. Are these all girls are very anxious to marry somebody? Why? They want to come to America? Or they want to think that the marriage is going to last only for 6 months? I don't understand. This is becoming a very, very, very complex problem now. And I think our program should be, relate to India. So all the girls and boys should understand that they don't rush into the marriage. Think about 100 times before you file the papers and you come here. Because these are the biggest problem facing us.
Right. Okay, with that, let's take a short break. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to watching the Immigration Show on TV Asia. Let's get started with our letters for today. But before we go on to our letters for today, we have to answer Reena, who wrote to us, and we covered her letter last week in Gujarati for the sake of her parents. Her parents, the situation, just for the sake of our viewers, I'm going to summarize her letter. Her father was living in Panama, and he was an Indian citizen. Then he came to United States 25 years ago. He had got married to a Spanish lady, apparently while he was married to Reena's mom, and with children and everything. So immigration caught him, and he was caught for fraud and misrepresentation of material facts. Then he wanted to come here with his when his sister-in-law had applied for the mother and the family. Everyone else came except for the father. Now they have filed for a waiver which has been denied. They have tried to prove hardship on behalf of their mother, which has also been denied. So we were just responding to that letter.
હું હવે ગુજરાતીમાં વાત કરીશ. આ જાતનો જે પ્રોબ્લેમ ઊભો થાય છે તેમાં એક શબ્દ છે મટીરિયલ મિસરિપ્રેઝન્ટેશન. ફર્સ્ટ તમારે એમ કરવું જોઈએ કે આ મિસરિપ્રેઝન્ટેશન મટીરિયલ હતું કે નહીં. જો મટીરિયલ નહીં હોય તો દેન યુ નો પ્રોબ્લેમ. આઈ વિલ ગીવ એન એક્ઝામ્પલ વાય ઇઝ મટીરિયલ નોટ મટીરિયલ. એક બીજું તમને કહું કે એની અંદર એમને શું કામ કર્યું કે પોતે પહેલાં એવું કરવું થાય છે કે વકીલોની સલાહ લેતા નથી, ખોટું કામ કરે છે. એ 25 વર્ષ પહેલાં એમની વાઈફને ડિવોર્સ આપી દીધા હતા અને પેલી મેક્સિકન લેડી પેલા પરણાવે તો તકલીફ થતે નહીં. પછી બે ચોઈસ હતા એમના માટે બે ચોઈસ કે પોતે 5-7 વર્ષ પછી આના ડિવોર્સ થઈ જાય, સિટીઝન થઈ ગયા હોય, પછી પાછા પોતાની વાઈફ જોડે લગ્ન કરવા જાય, તે વખતે હી કેન ગીવ અ ગુડ રીઝન વાય. હવે એમ કહે છે કે મેક્સિકન લેડીને પૈસા આપ્યા, એ લોકોએ તપાસ પણ કરી લાગે છે, 500 રૂપિયા આપ્યા, બધી વસ્તુ. પણ જનરલી તે વખતે આવા કેસીસ બને છે. તો મારા ક્લાયન્ટો જે આવું કામ કર્યું છે, ખોટું કે સાચું, તે લોકોએ શું કર્યું છે, પોતે પોતાની વાઈફ જોડે કોઈ દિવસ પાછા લગ્ન કર્યા નથી, પણ એમના છોકરાઓ જ્યારે આ દેશમાં આવી જાય, 21 વર્ષના થઈ જાય, ત્યારે પોતાની બધાને બોલાવી લે છે. સો દેર ઇઝ નો પ્રોબ્લેમ, દે કેન કમ હિયર. અને ફાધર પછી કદ લગ્ન કરવા તો કરે, નહીં કરે તો નહીં, સાથે રહે કે નહીં. પણ મારા એક કેસમાં એવું થયું હતું કે એક બેનના આવે છે, આ ભાઈ લગ્ન કરવા અહીંયા, પણ આવું ફ્રોડ કે એવું કરવાની જ છું. પછી એમની વાઈફને એમને ડિવોર્સ આપેલા, કારણ કે ડિવોર્સ આપવા એ બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ વસ્તુ છે. ડિવોર્સ કેમ નથી આપતા એ જ મને ખબર નથી, પણ બને છે એવું. મારી પાસે એક પંજાબી ક્લાયન્ટ છે, એને શું કહ્યું કે એને પણ કોઈ કેટલા વકીલે કે કરના લગ્ન કંઈ વાંધો નહીં, પછી તારી બૈરી છોકરા સાહેબ પાછળથી આવશે જો. પછી જ્યારે કેસ ફાઇલ કર્યો ત્યારે એને તો એની પેલી બીજી બૈરી તો હતી જ. એ લોકો જ્યારે વિસા લેવા ગયા છોકરા માટે તો કહેતું આ કેવી રીતે બને, તારી મધરની જો લગ્ન કર્યા, તારા બાપાએ બીજા લગ્ન કર્યા, એ લોકો વિસા નહીં આપ્યા. હવે એ ફાંફા મારે છે કે શું કરું, બૈરી નથી આવી શકતા, છોકરા નથી આવી શકતા. તમે એકવાર આવું સ્ટેપ એકવાર લઈ લો તો પછી બહુ જ મોટો પ્રોબ્લેમ ઊભો થાય છે. ધારો કે એમને આવું કામ કર્યું, થયું ગયું, મિસ્ટેક કરી. ના હવે યુ આર આફ્ટર 25 વર્ષ પછી તમારે બંને સાથે થવું છે. તમે માફી માંગો છો ઇમિગ્રેશન કહે છે કે ધારો કે બે સિનેરિયો છે, તમારી વાઈફ અમેરિકામાં રહે તો એમને શું પ્રોબ્લેમ થાય, એમને હસબન્ડથી છૂટા રહેવું પડે, છોકરાઓ મોટા થઈ ગયા હોય, કોઈ એમની કાળજી રહી શકે નહીં, એમને મેડિકલ પ્રોબ્લેમ શું છે. બીજો સિનેરિયો કે ધારો કે પોતે છોડીને પનામા જઈ શકે કે નહીં જઈ શકે, દેટ ઇઝ અનધર થિંગ. There are two scenarios, because he has right to move with her husband. The immigration will say, why you are staying here?
Right.
You move. Then another scenario, she said, I'm going to be away from my children, so I'm going to do that one in this my old age. Panama, I don't speak the language, the Spanish. I would have a problem whether I would be allowed to come in Panama. So you have to find out from Panama whether Panama government will give her a visa. Because I don't know whether she can settle in Panama. Language barrier, medical problem, and a country condition. Now, I don't think country condition is bad in Panama because there was no more Noriega. But how far the foreigners have now welcome in Panama. There are a lot of Indians living in Panama, I know personally. So you have to prove that migration to Panama with the husband would be a solution. Or she stays here and so what husband, joining husband, how much husband is going to help. Now in this case you have to remember the hardship not to husband, hardship to wife.
Right.
What? That's because she is a qualifying relative. What hardship she is suffering? Mental. You know what, then you go and see the psychiatrist, not good for one time. Go and take a treatment from psychiatrist. See every time regularly. Take medicine because you are depressed. Because I have seen a lot of people, what they do, they go and take a psychiatrist, one-way report. That is not good. Say they have to go on psychiatrist. They have to do all this thing. These are the one. I have a case. મારી પાસે હમણાં કેસ છે જ એક બેનનો. એ બેન પોતે સારા ફેમિલીમાં એમનો એક જ છોકરો 13 વર્ષની ઉંમરનો છોકરો એમને છોડીને આ દેશમાં આવી ગયા એ બેન. કારણ કે એમની ફેમિલીની હાલત પૈસા ટકે બહુ ખરાબ થઈ ગઈ. એક તો એમના વરનો બિઝનેસ જે હતો તે ખરાબ થઈ ગયો ને એમના સસરાએ કોઈ પૈસો એમને આપ્યો નહીં, એટલે એ લોકોની હાલત બહુ પૂર થઈ ગઈ. એટલે એમને પોતાનો છોકરો 13 વર્ષનો એક છોકરો છોડીને બેન અહીંયા આવ્યા ફેમિલીને સપોર્ટ કરવા માટે. ને સપોર્ટ કરવા માટે હાઉસકીપરની જોબ લીધી. તારે છોકરાએ શું કર્યું, લોકોની સલાહથી ખોટા પાસપોર્ટ કઢાવ્યા ને આ દેશમાં આવી ગયો અને એમાં રિપોર્ટ થઈ ગયો. હવે એ માની અગની કેવી છે, એ મા કહે છે કે તમે મારા માટે કંઈ કરો, આ છોકરો બધા મારી બહુ અહીંયા ભેગા થઈ જાય તો આ મારી મોટી ઉંમરે મને સારું લાગે. Now this is the problem. આવા કેસીસમાં એટલો બધો પ્રોબ્લેમ છે કે તમે જો બરાબર નહીં કરો, એટલે તમારું એવું છે કે તમે આ જે કેસની વાત કરો છો એને ફરીથી ઇવેલ્યુએટ કરાવો. તમે જે બધી ઇન્ફોર્મેશન આપી છે એ સ્કેચી છે. એ હાર્ડશિપ મારી પાસે, હું એક કેસની વાત કરું છું, એક પાકિસ્તાની છોકરી હતી મારી પાસે. એના હસબન્ડે 2 ગુના કરેલા. એક તો મિસરિપ્રેઝન્ટ કરેલું ને બીજું આ દેશમાં ડિપોર્ટેશન થયા પછી ઇલીગલ હતું. એને આ દેશમાં 1 વર્ષનું તો પૂરું થઈ ગયું, પછી 10 વર્ષ બહાર હોય છે. હવે એને ઇમિગ્રેશને પકડીને મોકલી દીધો પાકિસ્તાન. એની વાઈફને 2 છોકરા. હવે વાઈફ શું કરે, બિચારા 2 છોકરા લઈને પાકિસ્તાનમાં જાય. છોકરાઓ યંગ એજ, પાકિસ્તાનની મેડિકલ પ્રોબ્લેમ ખરાબ, બધા પ્રોબ્લેમ એને. બીજું હસબન્ડ પાસે એટલા પૈસા નહીં કે સપોર્ટ કરી શકે, એના ફાધર પાસે પૈસા માંગવા પડે. આ બધું સિનેરિયો જોઈને કન્ટ્રી કન્ડિશન, કારણ કે હાર્ડશિપ ટુ સ્પાઉસ વોઝ ધેર, ચિલ્ડ્રન વોઝ નોટ ઇન્ક્લુડેડ, પણ આખી બધી કન્ડિશન જોઈને ઇમિગ્રેશનને દયા આવી અને દે ગ્રાન્ટેડ વિઝા વેવર. એટલે તમારી પાસે તમે જો બરાબર સિનેરિયો, બહુ ડિફિકલ્ટ કેસ છે, વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ. આઈ ટેલ યુ વન થિંગ, હાર્ડલી મારી પાસે આવે છે હાર્ડશિપના કેસ, બિકોઝ દેટ ધ વર્ડ ઇઝ અનયુઝ્યુઅલ એન્ડ એક્સ્ટ્રીમ હાર્ડશિપ. ઇટ્સ અ વેરી વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ ટુ મીટ ધેટ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ, હાઈ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ. એટલા માટે કોઈ કેસ સક્સેસફુલ જતા નથી. બધા મારી પાસે હું કહું છું, સાહેબ બહુ મુશ્કેલ છે તમારી હાર્ડશિપ જે છે બધી, હું જાણું છું બહુ સખત છે, તમારે દેશ છોડવો પડે, ફાઇનાન્શિયલ હાર્ડશિપ બધી, પણ દે ડોન્ટ કન્સિડર ફાઇનાન્શિયલ હાર્ડશિપ. ધેટ્સ રાઈટ. છોકરાઓ તમારી સાથે હોય, છોકરાને પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય છે કે તમારે તો ડિપોર્ટેશન થાવ, તમારા છોકરા સિટીઝન છે એ મૂકી જાઓ, યુ કેન મૂવ આઉટ. હવે તમારે જે ક્વોલિફાઈડ રિલેટિવ હોય એ કેમ તમારી સાથે પાછા ઇન્ડિયામાં નહીં આવે? વેધર કેન યુ સપોર્ટ ધેમ, વેધર તે લોકોને કન્ડિશન શું છે એ બધું જોવાનું હોય છે.
Okay.
That's a very important thing.
Right. So get a good lawyer and
good lawyer અને
get
જે લોયરે બહુ જ કેસ કર્યા હોય, not who is dealing with overseas thing. મને ખબર છે આ બધા કેસીસ પ્રોસેસ તમે દિલ્હીમાં ફાઇલ કરો, it goes to Bangkok. પાકિસ્તાનના કેસીસ all goes to Rome.
Okay.
એ લોકોના રિપોર્ટ AIU જેના અપીલ અમે બોર્ડ એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેટિવ ઓફિસ જે અપીલ થાય છે એના ડિસિઝન, મારી પાસે તો 4 ડિસિઝન છે, એમાંથી હાર્ડલી 2 ડિસિઝન એવા છે કે જેમાં સક્સેસ ગયા હોય. એટલે તમે એવો વકીલ હોવો જોઈએ કે હુ ઇઝ રિયલી ગુડ, હુ ઇઝ નોલેજેબલ, હુ હેઝ ડન ધીસ કેસીસ. અને જો એને પૂછવું જોઈએ તો 25 કેસ કર્યા છે, તારું સક્સેસ રેટ શું છે, પછી આ વકીલને આપો. ગમે તેમની પાસે જાઓ, કોઈ પણ વકીલ પાસે.
That's very good advice. With that, let's take a short break. We'll be right back after these messages. Card. Welcome back to watching the Immigration Show on TV Asia. Our next letter is from Mahendra Patel. He says, I appreciate the community service rendered to Asian community on immigration questions. I am a US citizen holding OCI card and their sticker of permanent visa. My passport will expire in October 2011 and I'm going to renew the same. Now my question is that Indian Embassy, will they put a sticker on my permanent visa in my renewed passport, or can I carry my old passport with new passport and when I travel to India?
As far as I know, there used to be, whenever visa expired, whenever your new passport, they used to change it. So I am sure they will put a sticker on the new passport.
So basically just make an appointment?
Yeah. But one question is very important, that we don't know what type of decision Indian councils are going to take. Last time we discussed a very interesting question. Gopio came up with a suggestion that if you have changed your nationality, suppose you are Indian and you become a British or American or any nationality, more than 10 years, then you don't have to surrender your Indian passport because you don't have Indian passport anymore. And that was the news. And they said the Indian government that's going to implement it. And I know it's implemented in my own case, in my wife's case. Now I read again in the India Abroad that the Indian council don't agree with this one. They said that policy is not still in force. So what you do? One time Gopio says we have a consultation, we do all this thing and this has been done and this is going to be new law and all of them. Now I don't know whether Gopio has made that statement without consulting the ambassador of the United States. So that's a very, very tricky situation. You are dealing with Indian consulate who are making laws, who are changing policy. I know they have to change the policy, but by notification and all of them, and they don't give adequate notice to public. Anything changes there, they should immediately put on their website. Also, what happened? American law, when Americans change the law, they come on TV. Immigration, they make things, they advertise in the papers, everything. By Indian government. They got big Indian population here all over the world. Immediately notify the public, or call the senior leader, call the people of Indian community and make an announcement, what is the new policy? And they publish a pamphlet, circulate them, like a public information.
Right.
We are not doing all this.
Yeah, but for Mahendra's sake, he should just make a trip to the embassy and get the stamp transfer.
When you try to call them that number, nobody replies. You send email, you don't get a reply. So I think the only trip is the best way of doing it. Okay?
Alright, next letter is from Antariksha Patel. She says, I appreciate your efforts and the trouble you are taking for answering different questions pertaining to immigration. I shall be highly thankful if you can clarify my following questions. When a green card holder stays for some time in USA and then goes back to India with permission for 2 years and comes back, what is the qualifying period for the petition for citizenship? He leaves USA after 1 month after receiving green card and stays in India as per above. What is the requirement for continuous stay for petition for 400? That's our question.
What happened is this very simple question is this one. That if you have to stay for 5 years in this country and you have to test total 2.5 years, every time you shouldn't stay more than 6 months. Sometime if you stay more than 6 months, then you must have a very good explanation and you may be forgiven. But that shouldn't happen every time. But any time it shouldn't be more than 11 months. Maximum 11 months and 29 days. If it's more than 1 year, then you have to start again. So if you are re-entry permit, there is no question, you have to start again. And in that case, you have to do it 4 years and 1 day. Now, very interesting situation is this one. Suppose you stay only 2 months here and then go back and come back. After 6 months or 1 year or whatever, then you have to spend only 4 years and 1 day and to apply for your green card. That's an advantage.
Right.
But at that time total your stay must be more than 2.5 years. Total period. Stay should not be continuous. Suppose in a 1 year, you stay for first 3 months, then go out and stay in India for 2 months. Again you come here, stay 2 months, but total stay should be 6 months in the United States. And it should not be more than 6 months outside the United States. So if you follow this simple formula, then you won't have any problem.
Absolutely.
And this is the question asked a lot of time. My question is, sir, when you come in this country, stay there 2.5 years, become a citizen, take an American passport and go and stay in India. There nobody is going to stop you to come here. Why you have all the problem? Okay? A lot of people don't want to stay here. Yeah. I know the green card is a lot of burdensome problem. Become a citizen of this country and take India American passport and go in India. But if you don't want to take American passport and you want to return Indian passport, then you have to do one thing. If you don't want to stay in this country, if you have sufficient income and everything, and you have a green card, you don't want to surrender a green card, or you want to surrender a green card, you can take a visitor visa. But I will tell people that be 100 times sure when you surrender your green card, because it may be handy in a very, very critical situation in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, with that we come to an end to our show. Before we end, we would like to make a short announcement that for the month of August, as we both are traveling, We will be airing our show only twice a month. We'll be airing on the 2nd and the 4th week of August. So please look out for our new show on immigration show, just twice a month for August. Would you like to add something on that?
That's right. We are going to do it at least, for August and September. And then we'll maybe coming back to the original schedule.
Absolutely.
But if there are any changes, we will let you know.
Absolutely.
And thank you very much. Enjoy your vacation.
Absolutely. So here's the visa bulletin once again before we end our show.